What's going on, Facebook? How y'all doing? Today is August 16th.
After 6 o'clock p.m. time to give shout out, it's 6:20 p.m.
I climb up with some tall things up on the ladder. Before you teach the youth how to live together. Yeah, hear me and me brother. This is a warning for you rap.
Ooh, it's a little chilly out here. Well, not chilly, more like windy. Let me do this here shout out. Hello! West Alameda! It's after 6 o'clock. It's time to give a shout out. Thank you to all the frontline essential workers, to the doctors, the nurses, the longshoremen, the bus drivers, the truck drivers, the farm workers, those who work in the stores, the restaurants, the hotels, sanitation workers, postal employees, counselors, teachers, parents. So please, if you hear my voice, would you clap your hands, honk your horns, shout, make some noise. Yeah, I hear you over there. Thank you, neighbor. Thank you, frontline workers. Yeah. All right. I love it. Hey, what's up, Sharon? It's always so good when I hear somebody yelling. It just really makes my day. How y'all doing? Let me go in here. Okay, so today is, excuse me, got indigestion for some reason. Today is August the 16th, 2021. It's the day 503. And before I go into the statistics and everything, first of all, let me give praise to our Creator. To whatever religion or denomination that you subscribe to, that you know, whatever name you call the Creator by, you know, we owe everything to our Creator. And, you know, ask you to remember the ancestors, remember those who have passed away, who are no longer with us, and just be thankful for another day. I am totally grateful. I appreciate being alive more. The older you get, the more you are thankful for being able to be here to say the things and to do the things that you do. So, having done that, let's get started. Today is day 503. It is the 503rd day since April 1st, 2020. And does this thing turn around? Ooh, I don't know what that was. Well, yeah, day 503. And as of today, August the 16th, this is how many people have passed away. According to the Coronavirus Pandemic Live on YouTube, it's 4,386,455 throughout the world. 638,155 right here in the United States. If you look over here in the black, yesterday on August the 15th, this is what it was. So you can see the difference right there.
People need some justice. He let me know you're not go like this.
And then if you look over here on the green, this is what it was back on April the 9th, 2020. 263,000 around the world, 16,200 in the United States. So of course I'm asking, not of course, but I am asking everybody to please keep in your prayers and your thoughts all those who have died from coronavirus throughout the world and right here in the United States. And also prayers and thoughts, these are the same ones that I had yesterday and the day before. And also Rita M. Wells is asking for prayers for Carl, who is currently in the hospital. So everybody please include Carl in your prayers. And birthday shout out. Today the birthday shout out is for Ken Berry, Ann Ramirez, Marisha, Jakia Parker, Marisha Martin, Jakia Parker, Risha LaRose, Farai Strickland, Roy Robson, Rodessa Stinger. Rodessa passed away, but today is her birthday, so happy heavenly birthday to you, Rodessa. And also happy birthday to Dawn Lewis. She's an African-American actress. So that's what that is. Bahala Na. It is what it is. That 7.2 earthquake in Haiti is now 1,400 people dead. They're still looking for survivors, and they're still going through the process of, going through buildings that, just going through rubble and everything, looking for more survivors. They're also having to deal with Tropical Storm Grace that was on its way. Over in Florida, Tropical Storm Fred is threatening Florida and parts of Alabama and Georgia with severe flooding. And here in the Bay Area, PG&E warns that a potential power shutoff in the North Bay. Okay, and thousands of Afghans. Let me do this one first, and then I'll go back to that one. Deputy L. Mixon from the Alameda County Sheriff's Office, which is part of the AC Transit Police Service Unit, he was called and he got on the AC Transit bus and he helped an elderly gentleman who was lost on the AC Transit bus, and he gave him a ride home in his car, service car, took him home and got him back to his service provider, person that takes care of him. So I want to give a shout out to Deputy Mixon and say thank you, Officer Mixon, for what you did. We appreciate you. I appreciate you. Now, thousands of Afghans are fleeing from the Taliban, hanging on to planes, okay? And women and minorities are in great danger from the Taliban. Now, I also want to put in my apologies because I called the Afghanis collaborators. Those are the ones that help the Americans. So, when you do something or you say something wrong, you have to own up to it. And I want to own up to and apologize because I call them collaborators. These are Afghani people who were interpreters, who helped the Americans, who were even in the military. Their military forces weren't able to stand up to the Taliban. A lot of them just whatever. But anyway, I do apologize because I use the term collaborators. Okay, my definition of collaborator would be what? Would be Negroes who helped the Confederacy during the Civil War, and they were on the side of the South. The 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 French who helped Hitler, the Ukrainians who helped Hitler. Those would be collaborators. There's a word for the Norwegians called Quislings. They helped Hitler, so that would be the Filipinos who were on the side of the Americans during the Filipino-American War. Those would be collaborators. The Negro Trumpicans, Trump Republicans who helped Trump, support Trump, those would be collaborators. But the Afghans who were helping the United States, I apologize because that was not the right thing to call them. In 20 years, the United States did a lot. Okay, women were given the right to actually get an education, go to school, become doctors, become nurses. They were able to do a lot of things that they could not do under Taliban rule. So now these same women who have not been able to escape, they're going to have to go back to wearing those burqas, and they're not going to be able to have all the rights and everything that they had under American, what would I call it, American occupation or American, when the Americans were running Afghanistan. All those rights are going to be taken away from them. All those people who supported the Americans are probably going to be executed or put in prison or tortured. They're already talking about how they taking women and young girls and making them child brides and all this other stuff. So I apologize from the bottom of my heart for calling those people collaborators. And I do have empathy and sympathy for all the people over there who are on the side of the United States, especially for the women. The women are going to be the ones who are going to be held down the most. They're the ones that are going to suffer the most from the Taliban. I am a Biden supporter. I've never bit my tongue about supporting Biden, but I have to honestly say that I really wish that Biden had not took American troops out until he took out the supporters, the Afghan supporters, until he got them out of the country first, along with their families. That's I wish he would have done that. I wish that Biden would have used our American jets, military power, to do airstrikes against the Taliban as they was advancing. That would have given those who were loyal to the Afghan government, those who were loyal to the United States, that would have given those people time to get to Kabul, to catch a plane and get the hell out of Afghanistan and come to the United States or other countries. But all that what ifs and they shoulda, woulda, coulda, that's bad. But again, I do apologize for using the word collaborator. I should not have done that, and that was bad on my part. What can I say? Wrong is wrong, and I have been wrong a lot of times in my life, and most definitely I should not have said that. So ask for forgiveness. Let's see what's going on right here. Vote hell no. Stop the Republican recall of Governor Newsom. Yes. Hell no to Republican recall. That is definitely, stop it. Just vote no, okay? When you vote no, you're voting no to the recall. You're voting no to the Republicans taking over the state. Any of those of you who decide to vote yes, you need to understand that you will also have to vote for who you want as the next governor. So those of you who vote yes, what? You're going to have a Republican, okay? Because the Republicans are going to be out there doing their thing, trying to get a Republican for California. All right. I don't know how many of you actually looked at, I did a Facebook Live earlier today. You know, I've been talking about going to, I've been talking to people about calling Oakland 311. And that's that phone number 510-615-5566 to complain about the conditions and everything. So I went out there today. You know, it's easy for me to complain or to ask people to make that phone call, But I went out there today and I actually saw how everything was looking. I even posted pictures of what it looks like outside. I did interviews with union members inside the building. Talk to them because they're there, right there. They know what's going on. And it's bad, y'all. There is a mobile home sitting right outside the gate, right there by a fire hydrant, in the red zone, and it's sitting there. And I don't understand. I always thought the police would give you a ticket for sitting in a red zone, for blocking a fire hydrant. It's sitting right there outside of our gate, the AC Transit Union Hall gate, or the local 192 Union Hall gate. Across the street where it says no parking anytime, there's 2 abandoned cars sitting there on the street, hoods up in the air, just sitting there. Along the same side of the street is where our Union Hall is. There's a long line of mobile homes, vans, and cars parked, and they got homeless camps all up on the sidewalk and everything, and it's ugly. So I hope that any of you who are looking at this will take the time to go onto my Facebook Live and see the interview that I did with the union members right there. Okay? And I'm also asking if you would call Mayor Libby. Give her a call. I don't know, you probably ain't gonna get her personally, of course, but at least call her office and complain about it. Call city council and complain about it. I don't know who the council member of that particular district would be, but definitely we need to call those numbers and let them know. I would also call the Oakland Police Department non-emergency number. It's 510-777-3333. I mean, that's like 777-3333. Non-emergency. Abandoned vehicles. Okay? It's bad. You know, and our union hall should not have to be in that position. The members of our union should not have to be in that position. If there's a union meeting, we got to go through all of that just to get in the building. I spoke to our fellow union members who work there every day, and they normally have to, when they come in to open up the gate, they got to tell people to move their vehicles and move the garbage. I was out there, and the brother came out there. He's a business agent. He came out there with a shovel to shovel stuff away from the driveway. Why? So we need to raise our voice, and to raise our voice, we need to show we do have some kind of power. And to have that power means you got to pick up that phone and call. And then you got to call every day. You got to call. Some damn body needs to listen. Now, right around the corner on 85th Avenue, and I did a second video showing how they had these concrete barriers on the street, which the homeless camps with their vans and their mobile homes and all that, they can't park there because they got these, and it's sitting alongside of, they got these big businesses over there, like some type of trucking company or whatever. So I guess they got more power than we do. Our union does. But they got those out there protecting them from all that. Now, I also understand that across the street at La Quinta Hotel Motel. That's also like a transitional housing for homeless people. So that's adding to the problem. Again, we are not insensitive. I am not insensitive to the homeless and what they're going through. I just would prefer that our union not have to put up with all of that right outside the door. It's literally right outside the door. So what do you think? I'm hoping that those of you who get on here will take the time to do that. Sharon, how you doing? Rose, how are you? Thank you for coming on here. Hey, it's all good. Retirees Breakfast Club. Let me show you that. I know it's early, but our Retiree Breakfast Club will be Wednesday, September the 8th, 2021. It will be at the Buttercup. It's the 23rd Avenue exit off of Highway 880, and our normal breakfast time is 9:30 a.m. I'll keep this on here. These three things that you see, I'll keep this on here and just let everybody know, hey, in September, I'll start telling everybody how many days we have left. But yeah, it'll be right after the Labor Day. Labor Day is on a Monday, so we normally have breakfast on Tuesday, but we're doing the extra day and have it on Wednesday. So that's what's going on. Anyway, I'm not really sure what else I can say. I really am sorry. I really am sorry. I used the wrong word by saying collaborators. That was definitely the wrong word. They are allies of the United States. Okay, they were doing something for their country, trying to make things better. I honestly do not look at the Taliban as being good guys. Okay, the way they treat their own people, the way they execute. They had situations where Afghani soldiers would surrender, throw down their weapons, and turn their weapons over to the Taliban, and they would execute them. So if they're doing the men like this, you can only imagine what they're doing to the women. I do blame our government. Trump is the one, when he was in power, Trump was the one that signed the papers, the agreement about the United States would withdraw, would pull out. I think he did that on purpose, knowing that if he wasn't going to be the president, it would be on whoever the president was to do, to follow through, which would have the result that it had. Like I said, in hindsight, I've been listening to, the little talk shows. They said what we could have did. For me, what we could have, should have, would have did, if I had been able to have that power, I would have immediately pulled out all of the allies, the translators, the people who had helped the United States and helped the other allies who were over in Afghanistan. I would have pulled them all out first. Them, their families, all the women who were the educated ones, and I guess the reason that they didn't do it was because they didn't want there to be panic and chaos, which is what happened any damn way. But they should have pulled them out. Those Afghanis who had money, those Afghanis who should have seen the writing on the wall, they should have got out a long time ago. The first day when the United States said they start pulling out, and the United States really did it wrong doing it in the middle of the night like that, because then that gives everybody the sense that, hey, you just going to cut and run in the middle of the night. And that goes to another thing. With all the military air power and all the military ordnance and all the military might that the United States have, I would have, if I had that power, I would have ordered airstrikes on the Taliban, especially to give the loyalists to the Americans, give them time to withdraw towards Kabul. I would have had all the Afghan army pull back because they wouldn't have been able to hold. Obviously, they didn't hold. I would have had them pull back to the major city of Kabul and, at least made a show of fighting for their city, for their country right there, which would have given, people time to get to the planes and get out. I would have expedited the visas for those Afghans who were trying to leave. And I understand it was taking like 6, 7, 10 years for people to get a visa. And you see those pictures where they're hanging on the planes trying to get off. And they had one where the plane got up off the ground and people were falling off the plane. It's not totally Biden's fault because he basically carried through on what Trump had already instituted during his administration, because Trump was the one that signed the whole agreement to pull out. But Biden should have conducted airstrikes, should have pulled out the translators and those who helped Americans, should have pulled them out first before he pulled out the military. And he shouldn't have let the military leave in the middle of the night. That just looked ugly. It just really looked ugly. It looked, and that made the Afghanis lose confidence. Who the hell wants to fight when the Americans are leaving you? Yes, the Afghanis should have put up a better fight. Yes, the Afghani military should have did a lot more, but I don't know. I'm not an Afghani. I'm not in charge of nothing. I don't know nothing. I'm just giving you my opinion and my hindsight and my Monday quarterbacking and just what I think. That's all it is. And what I think don't mean nothing. Don't amount to a hill of beans. So, hey, y'all, I'm going to get up out of here. Here's to all of you, and I ask you to wear that mask. Protect me. I protect you. Get vaccinated for those of you who choose to get vaccinated. And if you don't want to, I hear you. But, you got to do what you got to do, right? It was a beautiful day today, and I was out there. But, hey, I don't know what else to say. Bahala na. Aman la uetu. Ashe. Harambe. Que viva. Jayu. Mahalo. Shalom. Namaste. Assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum assalam. Insha'Allah. Alhamdulillah. What am I missing? Wakanda forever. I don't know. I know I'm missing something. Hey, y'all. Stay safe, stay strong out there, and thank you for coming on board, Sharon, Rose, and I believe I see Paulette hiding up there in the cut. So anybody else will come on here later. If you are an AC Transit or ATU 192 member, please call and complain about the conditions outside of our union hall. And just to say this, you don't have to be ATU. You don't have to be local 192. You can just be a friend or a family member, okay? And thank you, Paulette. I appreciate you saying that. You don't have to do that. You can just on your own get involved and make that phone call. So I'm asking you, please call, and let's overload those phones and let's let them see that we do want things to get done. And I'm out of here. All right. Stay safe, stay strong. We can do this. Peace, power, and love. Michaela, how'd I do love again? You gonna show me, please? Show me on the screen. Did I do it right? Is that it?
Yeah.
Like that?
Yeah.
You sure? Well, let's see. Come over here. Put your face over here. And put yours right there. Let me see if mine's like that too. And do it right? Yes? Okay, thank you. You're a sweetheart. She's a sweetheart, y'all. All right. I'm about here. Peace.